Hey there guys, Skulls here from Infamous Warfare, and today I'm going to be giving you a Clash of Clans video focusing on my transition from GoWiWi to GiWiWi. And basically what I want to show you guys today and just talk about briefly is how I'm going about improving my ground attacking to help my clan out in wars, because I've been having quite a bad time lately in the wars. My ground attacking isn't as strong as it could be due to the constant use of barching and collector hunting. I died away from using full army comps with spells quite a long time ago due to being able to get easy resources from collector raids. So I feel it's sort of impacted my raiding abilities when it comes to things like wars and just generally out in the multiplayer world, and I want to improve it. I need to bring it back so I can help the clan and just improve overall as a clasher, because we all want to be the best, right? Not saying that I will ever be the best, and I'd never claim to be a pro, but here is my journey. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a few replays today, and we can sort of review that, and if there's any sort of other army comps you guys want me to try out, by all means suggest them down in the comments box and I will try them out. I won't just try it once, I'll try them a few times, and I won't just pick easy bases. I'll pick sort of decent-ish bases that I feel like I've got a good chance of getting, and obviously I want to get a good amount of loot from them as well. So we'll have a quick look at the attack log from the point where I did start with the GoWiWi out of war, and here it is. I used on Mr. Black Sky Hell 3 golems and the general sort of GoWiWi composition that I'm using. And then at this point I thought to myself, well, why am I still using golems and witches, which is quite a bit of dark elixir, and taking into account that it's probably gonna, so I wanted to look at how I could reduce the amount of dark I was using in my armies. And at first it was just by dropping the golems. So I dropped those and switched to giants, because I thought giants can be just as effective if you're using a good number of giants. So switched that to about 16 giants and still keeping in the 2 witches. And unfortunately I can't share the replays with you anymore, and at this point I was using 4 spells. So you can see the 2 there just on the Mr. Black and Engo. And then after this I thought, well, why don't I reduce my costs even further and try and just use 2 spells where possible. So obviously I'm still going to take out 4 just in case the 4 are needed, but ideally I want to use about 2, because then that sort of takes my spell cook time to about an hour and 15 to an hour and 30 depending on the spell that's used. So after that I switched to just using the 2 spells, and then after that I thought, well, why don't I try and reduce it even further in terms of the dark costing. And the reason I'm trying to reduce the dark costing is because I still have my golems to go up, and I'm really trying to get my heroes up where possible. But at the moment the focus is on the golems, so they will be more effective in war. So I'm just going to get them to 4, and then I'll probably go back to the heroes. So drop down to 1 witch, and I think I'm quite comfortable sticking with the 1 witch, because it's not enough to sort of impact the amount of dark I'm getting, because of like the drills will cover it and also the raids. So I'm kind of okay using 250 a raid on dark. So here we go. So on It's Warwick, so you can see the sort of general type of score loots I was getting. And in fact on the Jet Sang one I actually forgot my witch. She was mid cook and I just dived in because I thought, I'm just going to go for it. I thought everything was there and it wasn't, so just dived in without her, but luckily I still got the win, a 90% win. She may have changed it a bit more, but we'll have a look at a couple here. We'll check out this It's Warwick one. I'll show you these top 3, because the top one was actually a fail on my part, and the second to top I failed by dropping a rage by accident. I didn't even know I had it selected and it just dropped on there. Just turn this down a bit. So I sort of broke in nicely on this one, and this raid was actually quite an overkill. The spell placements were great, really effective. So the giants there just going ham, just getting quite a good coverage into the base as well as leading out. So the wizards are going to come into it hopefully, even though there's only 2 guys central. Taking a bit of time there because they're attacking the stores, and then 1 final spell placement just to try and cover both sides of that, so when the giants break in either side they're going to attack, get a good run out to those defenses on the inside in the center, just leaving that dark open to be attacked by my wizards, who have finally gone to center. Let's back out a bit. So one giant down there just going lonely on his own, getting attacked by that archer tower, and everything's going on up here. The giant's still streaming ahead in a good pack, as well as the wizards following up behind, just taking things down so quick. And luckily that mortar does go. So I was quite pleased with this raid, especially to get the 100%, even though the base wasn't really that strong. I kind of feel at this point I need to attack weaker bases in general, but not something that's going to be too out of like my league at this point, where I am trying to get back into ground attacking. And you can just see how many troops are there, that this was just a blatant overkill. And I'm also trying, well, I don't know, I've got to look for loot as well. As it's just it annoys me when I come across collector bases and I've got a full army comp, and I tend to be finding a lot more collector bases with a full army comp than I do when I'm barching, like as often. I'm finding them a lot quicker. So then I've got another one. We'll take a look at this one. This one was the fail rage. I just have no idea what happened. So this was on 90%, and then the top one was a 3k dark potential that just went wrong. Well, I thought it was going quite well. It's sort of the way it was. I had it planned out. It went quite well, and then something just went wrong, and everything just went like lost. The wizards just disappeared. So getting the giant drops in, and this was the one where I forgot my witch. Making good use of the spells, just keeping them inside. Now dropping the wizards so they've got plenty of time to clear those buildings. I think I need to drop my wizards a bit earlier though, I'm not too sure. And maybe a little more condensed, because there's a few going off on their own. Well, they're not too bad. I saved a few and they come up for a clean up points, but that cannon is just going ham, just taking out like 3 of the wizards like in total on this raid. Had a clan castle full of minions, no idea why, and just finally spamming in those archers to come in to clear up as well. Luckily a load of those minions went south, and they can just pick up a load of the things as well, just get a bit of backup on the heroes. Dropping in the queen from the other side. So as you can see, this was a collector raid, and although it was a collector raid, I just wanted to, I was just doing it more for the challenge really, with the walls and the amount of pockets that the base had in general makes it more of a challenge, rather than it just being 2 big open squares where they're going to get in straight away. I want to try and put some sort of resistance in the attack. These giants are just getting annihilated down here, trying to break into a numerous amount of ways. Let's speed it up a bit. So I actually broke through, and it was one archer tower that stopped everything going. This last archer tower up here, they just put an end to everything. With it just would have gone, probably would have been 100% had that archer tower been cleared. But I was happy with that. I just didn't get all that free elixir out there, but who cares? I'm okay for elixir. I don't really mind about that. It's more gold I'm after, just so I can start focusing on the town hall, level 9 walls. Sorry. And then we'll have a look at this last one. This was the actual foul of the day. But I mean, if there are any other army comps you guys do want me to try out, by all means post them in the comments box, and I will gladly try them out. More than once though. Can't remember, I may have said it earlier. So this one I just thought, oh, if I get into this main pocket and follow in the wizards, they're just going to go straight in and just take out that dark elixir. It just didn't happen. I think that seems to what happened. A load of the wizards broke off in different directions, and the wall breakers went somewhere totally different and got taken out by one wizard blast. Wow. And I think had I not dropped that drop spell there, the jump spell there, the wizards may have had a good chance of hitting that dark elixir. So Obviously the jump spell placement was wrong. I think I was just focusing more on trying to get the giant central to attack those expos, because I'm not normally one to take on Town Hall 10s, especially with Inferno Towers. I'm not really, I think where I haven't got the free spell, I'm not really inclined to take them on too much. But hey, I came out with trophies anyway, the win, and a fair bit of elixir, so who's to say? He might attack me, he might not. I mean, in terms of like his actual base, it wasn't the strongest. I think that's one of the reasons I took it on, because his defenses weren't exactly the highest going. They're more like to Town Hall 9 standards, with even like the mortars being low at like Town Hall 8. So I thought it was worth it, risking it for a biscuit. But obviously not everything pays off, you can't win them all. Well, I did win that one, but you can't get everything that you want, and so the dark in that case. So that was fun to do anyway, and I'm going to stop it there. I'll bring you more videos soon. Hopefully you have enjoyed this one, and you come along on the journey with me improving my ground attacks, and hopefully I'll get some war attacks featured. In fact, I'm actually looking to be doing some war spotlight attacks, so if you have a war attack that you think's great and you want to share it out there with the world, by all means drop me a message, tweet me, Facebook me, even try and find me on Clash of Clans if you can. There's the infamous army, you can look for me on there. My IGN on that is Skullsy, so that's the infamous army. And what else can you contact us on? I think that's about it really. Or YouTube even, just drop a comment in the comments box below, say you have a war spotlight, I'll get in contact with you and we'll arrange it. I'll come and record it, and then I'll feature you on the channel, because I'm really looking forward to seeing some really good raids out there, so we can share them with the world and analyze them as well. But for now guys, thanks very much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.